Welcome back, everyone, to the season finale of this weekend CA football powered by GEICO. I'm Bobby Broyles alongside my partner, Tim McDonald. Tim, happy belated New Year to you.
It is New Year, but the season never ends. It's
Never
here,
does, right? Absolutely. The 2015 FCS football season is officially over, though, after North Dakota State won a remarkable fifth straight national title last Saturday. And Tim, while we, of course, wish it could have been a CA football team lifting that trophy in Frisco, it was certainly another banner year for the league.
It was. You know, takeaways from this season, 4 teams make the national playoffs, 2 national seeds. Richmond, James Madison, and William & Mary, all the Virginia teams in CA football finished in the top 12 of the Final Four. You look at, All-Americans across the board. You get 12 from stats, 12 AP All-Americans. Just versus FCS competition, CA football didn't disappoint, 19-11 overall. Richmond, again, a phenomenal season kind of out of nowhere, and the 22nd all-time CA football semifinalist in the FCS playoffs. Moving forward, you look at CA football and you think about the teams, going to get into it. We got a new head coaches. You got the CA footballers the officials work the national title game. A tough year to end because, of course, we want to be in Frisco. But, again, if you're CA football, still plenty of things to move forward to and look forward to for 2016.
Then, of course, you have to think the highlight of the year had to be College Game Day.
Of course,
JMU, that was awesome.
Who would have thought that would be possible to see Kirk Herbstreit and the guys in Harrisonburg? That was just amazing.
Well, we look forward to the 2016 season. But before we do that, Tim, tell us which players that just completed their careers at CA football schools that might be headed to the NFL next year.
I'll pull my inner Todd McShay here, but well, if you look at my big board, you got Victor Ochi, defensive lineman from Stony Brook, really undersized, really undervalued. But in all seriousness, Victor Ochi probably, out of this crop of CA football seniors, probably has the best chance, in my opinion, of making an NFL roster. His athleticism, his numbers speak for themselves. You look at Don Cherry, a guy from Villanova, maybe not the biggest linebacker, but a guy who can help on special teams for NFL. Capable as well. DeAndre Houston-Carson from William & Mary, defensive back. He can play safety, and we saw the impact that he's had on special teams. That alone, I think, will give him a shot to make a roster. Offensive line, you got to show some love for the big guys, too. Bruce Johnson from Maine, Ben Curtis from Delaware, and, of course, Jacoby Green, another guy who not only can play running back, catch passes out of the backfield, but a guy who can also make an impact on special teams. You never know. CA football always has a couple of guys get signed late, make a roster. It's really cool to see how they progress into the NFL, and we'll be paying attention to that as the season, especially in the offseason.
Yeah. And now, of course, we can't wrap up 2015 without taking a glimpse at how 2016 might play out. Tim, one would think Richmond, after its semifinal run and with several key returnees, would be the top headline. What else will have your attention?
Well, if we're breaking down 2016 schedules team by, I won't get that aggressive. Yeah, I won't get that aggressive. But you'd have to think the Spiders, with all the weapons returning. If we were doing the preseason polls right now, the Spiders definitely have to be the team at the top. You look at the weapons. Kyle Auletta, remember he has 2 years of eligibility remaining. You look at Brian Brown, the receiver. He's also back, his favorite target. Omar Howard comes back. David Jones comes back. So Richmond is probably going to be the team to beat. Something to watch, I think, too. Richmond, their schedule next season, at Stony Brook, at UAlbany, and at Elon are the only games outside of the state of Virginia, so that automatically helps. I mean, just up and down the board, you look at a lot of skilled players returning. You want to look at William & Mary. How are they going to respond? Steve Cooley returns. You look at Kendall Anderson, the running back, returns. A couple of good running backs in this conference coming back next year. Darius Victor at Towson. A healthy Stacey Bedell at Stony Brook. I mean, JMU, Hardin Johnson is back. Khalid Abdullah is back. Up and down the board, there's going to be a lot of studs returning. New Hampshire and its playoff streak is back. Dalton Croston's back. There's a lot of guys up and down this list. Brian Shore, the quarterback for JMU, who are going to return and have impacts right away. Of course, you have to think about coaching changes, too. We saw Jack Cosgrove at Maine step down. Joe Harris-Simiak is now the head coach at Maine. Don't know a lot about him, but we're going to learn about the Black Bears early. JMU, of course, is looking for a head coach right now at this time. And Villanova, the huge news out of Villanova is that Andy Talley, this will be his last season, 2016. Surely hope that Villanova will be able to go out in a bang just for him. And, of course, can't forget, too, New Hampshire and William & Mary, both beautiful state-of-the-art facilities that are going to be ready for opening day. So a lot of things, a lot of players to look forward to moving into the new season.
Well, with that, I already can't wait for the 2016 season to get here. And, Tim, just because the season has come to an end, that doesn't mean CA football will be quiet, right?
Of course. We got, social media. Of course, you can find us on Twitter by searching CA Football, Instagram, and Facebook. You can like us as well. And, I mean, who's counting? But signing day is only 28 days away. February 3rd, a Wednesday. So, of course, we'll have all the signing day coverage as well on cafootball.com. Off season, yeah, it might be slow for some people, but around here,
never.
A lot going on. I can tell you that.
And with that, we would like to thank you for watching this season and recognize our staff behind the scenes that help bring you this show. Director of Video Services, Mike Winley, and of course, our Assistant Commissioner of Football, Eric Weber. And of course, we can't forget CA Football Commissioner Tom Yeager, who is set to retire this summer. Tim, it's hard really not to get sentimental, but Commissioner Yeager's legacy in CA football will definitely live forever.
It really will, and you can't just look at the numbers, but I mean, 2 national title winning teams. You just think about the transition from the Atlantic 10 to CA football. Commissioner Yeager's legacy will live on. What he's done for the stability of this conference moving forward, what he's done for the teams, and really you get a sense of the man and the type of guy he is by the reaction from the coaches and the people around the conference who are going to miss him dearly. And we certainly will too. It's going to be different without him, but things change, and that's what happens.
Well, before Tim starts to unload the tears, we're out of here. Catch your breath during the offseason, CA football fans. The 2016 season will be here before we know it.